Hey, what up? We are starting now. So we're going to go ahead and get this rolling here. As you can see, I'm using Psy right now. So I usually just start off with like a nice green background. Green's supposed to be an inspiring color, supposedly. It also lets me see anything going on. I usually start off with like a sketch layer. Something with like a transparent pencil. Stabilizer is a little high right now, so let me edit what we're streaming right now. Alright, there we go. Everything's all updated then. Just gonna wait for as people show up. Otherwise I'll just start doing my own emojis for myself. Hey, welcome to the stream. We're going to be doing some art tonight. Doing free emojis for anybody who's going to be interested in that. Otherwise, I'm just going to draw little devils for myself. Be cool. Have some fun with that. My name's Sound. Welcome to the stream. Let's see, it's Sunday. It's pretty chill today. Not a lot of crazy weather. I'm over here in Florida. Like to chill out. Other than the heat, it's been pretty nice today. Let's see. Once I get going, I probably won't talk as much just because I don't talk and draw as good as I'd like to. But that's what the music's for. It's supposed to be quick, fast little ditties here. How is everyone's day going so far, though? Go ahead and tell me about that. I'd like to hear about it. Did you have something good happen? Hopefully so. It's Sunday. It's last day of the weekend for some people. Start off the week for other people. Whichever day of the week that it falls for you, I hope it was good. There's never as much traffic on Sunday, so it's always good to get through. Get home at a decent time. Usually there's something good to watch. Maybe someone at home cooked something good. You never know with it though. Getting little hiccups, it feels like, so let me know if there's anything wrong with the stream. I can adjust it from there if there is. Size a bit of a bandwidth hog, of course, notoriously so. But if you're curious what I'm using, I'm actually using the Huon Pro tablet. I just got it. It's pretty nice, really responsive. Only had to do a little bit of adjustments for it to respond with Psy, but it's not as bad as I expected. Currently just working on an emoji for myself, just because I don't have any requests just yet. But if I get any, I'd be more than happy to go ahead and get that started. I'm on the sketch layer right now, so I'm just kind of getting everything how I like it before I start adding definite lines. Let's see, I want those a little wider, I think. Yeah, that'll look good. The only problem is I don't have like a nice desk, so I can't hotkey and then do side keys with the tablet just yet. I want to get something like a desk with like a roll-out keyboard, so I can put the tablet there and then I can just reach over on top and be able to hit the quick keys like Control D and stuff like that. The other thing with the Huon Pro is it has buttons to switch between my different pins and pin sizes real quick, but it doesn't recognize Psy for a standard pin. So like for example, if I were to hit the pencil button, it would do this airbrush button over here, which, I mean, I don't really use airbrush that much, so I'll have to play around in the settings later, see if I can get it to recognize the actual pencil brush I like. This is actually a custom brush that I got off of Tumblr from a big old sloth of them from users. Customized it, tweaked it a little bit. I like having a little texture with it, just because it looks fun. Makes it feel like I'm using a real pencil. But it's not anything other than just for sketching. The way it responds while sketch is nice. I usually go over with the pen tool or the binary tool to give it a straight look afterwards. So it just depends on what kind of look I want. This one's gonna be big old love emoji. Something like that. For those of you just tuning in, I'm doing free emojis for anybody who wants and needs them. So feel free to pipe up in chat if you want one. If not, I'll just keep working on the ones for myself. That's not a problem. They're kind of like doing warm-ups. They don't take very much energy or anything like that. I don't like doing text font with it. That's just not where I specialize in. I'm pretty sure there's some talented artists out there that do really good with like fonts and stuff, or make really tight pieces. I like to rely on my line work and the color to do all the textures and everything like that. I think what we're gonna do is erase these shoulders here and then just do the head inside of it with a little heart coming out, maybe. We'll see how that looks. So we could do like several hearts. That's gonna look good, yeah. Please let me know also if there's like any issues with the sound, if it's too loud, or if I'm too quiet, anything like that, if it's not a comfortable experience, you know. It's supposed to be pretty relaxing, just doing some basic art. the neck back in. I don't know. It looks like he's kind of floating in there. What do you guys think? Here we go. It's looking a little better. I think we're ready to get some lines down then on it. It's pretty cheesy what I do. Rely on a lot of the stabilizer. I use a lot of line weight. That's the only thing that I haven't liked with the Huon is it's a little, it doesn't want to pressure all the time. It's like it's too hard, it's too hard, it's too soft, it's soft. There's like no consistency like it was with my Wacom. My Wacom was old though, and the cable was being taped up. Just go that direction. There we go. Sometimes you just have to go the other direction of the curve to get it looking right. Sometimes you just gotta keep going at it till you get frustrated. But there's no frustrations with art. Kind of like the Bob Ross ideal. There's no mistakes. Just, I think he said happy accidents. I like to say different perspective. Because you can always go back and be like, yeah, you know what, it came out good. It wasn't what I intended, but I made it work. The piece itself will do what it wants to do, essentially. There's some people that are like super picky with their lines, and I'm just like, as long as it holds the picture in, draws the eye, I'm pretty happy with it. Haven't streamed with this tablet program combo before, so I am experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties with the device right now, but it's okay. It's not letting me use my hotkey on the thing. I might just restart it here in a sec if it keeps it up, because I like being able to just tap, 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 tap. has a little hotkey on the side where you can just undo mistakes. It's pretty nice. I'm not familiar with hotkeys. Like my tablet had like 3 of them before. The tablet I had before. It was a Wacom Pen and Touch. I got back like in 2000. So nothing crazy. It's a little 5x8. And got the job done. I relied heavily on the programs that I used. Having this bigger tablet is really nice. Lets me kind of do bigger strokes. Nicer pieces overall. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. Don't mind me just checking on stuff too. Giving my hands a little break so I don't have to worry about, you know, stressing them out. Changing the song. It's a little not my pace. Reset Psy here. See if my hotkeys work now. Okay. Oh, that's not cool. Oh, that's right, because I have the cloud, so it has to sync. Should be synced now. It's all good. Oh well, I'll just open one of the other ones then. I'll need the colors off of it anyways. Also, I have a Discord too. If you want to ping and chat, I can get the link up. There's no bot or anything just yet, but I'll get one soon. But yeah. Anybody want to jump on it while I'm stuck in between pieces? You have anything you want to see? Go ahead and let me know. Otherwise I'm going to try to open the other one again. Let's see what was wrong with it. Oh well. Guess it's lost to the void. At least the tool's working good. So on Saturdays I play Shadowrun with my friends. I play a Decker because, you know, gotta play a super hacker. She's a really cheesy immortal elf. I'm a sucker for that kind of trope though. So she's like she keeps changing her age. Canonally though, she's like 92, thereabouts. But you know, every time anybody asks her age, she's like, I'm 108. I'm 300, you know. She keeps it mixed up. So I'll just do a little emoji of her. Because on the Discord server, all the other main characters has one. Except for her, so I feel it's about time she had one for herself. I've had her drawn by a couple artists before too, actually. Cheebird probably did my favorite rendition of her in terms of how she looks. Cheebird's great. They don't have their commissions opened all the time. They do these really crisp, cute little headshots, vector style. Very distinct. Very popular amongst like the Blizzard fan base. I had to jump on it though, just because it looks great for Shadowrun. I had her do one of Kirky as well as one of Grimes, who's Kirky's goblin troublemaking partner. So fun stuff though. We don't play the heavy Shadowrun rules, we just play the Anarchy. So it's a little more roleplay heavy. And it's basically the dice rolling, it has its own flavor and distinctness, so it doesn't feel like I'm playing like another Roll20 based game, which is good because I've been playing Roll20 games for a very long time, since, well, forever ago. And then, so that's why like whenever I play a new tabletop, if it has like anything other than just rolling 60 billion dice, I always have like a refreshing experience with it. That's why I liked White Wolf a lot, because it was very different compared to D&D. Plus, it's urban. I don't know. Sometimes I get tired of generic fantasy. And I think that's the issue I have with like a lot of, not necessarily D&D itself, especially these days, because they have like really cool monsters. But it just depends on the DM and how they use the lore. And to be honest, if I was DMing, it would still be fairly safe for me too, so you know how it is. Someone on Twitter earlier today was asking how to do like undercut looks, and I was explaining how I did it. I guess I feel like I didn't explain it in a very good way, but they didn't respond after the explanation. But basically, in short, the way I'm going to do it tonight too is there's going to be two layers. There'll be the hair layer here, and there'll be the undercut layer here. And the undercut layer here is actually going to be made less there'll be less opacity with it, basically. And that way it'll have a faded look with whatever color I want it to be, without having to make it complicated. You know, keep it simple, dummy. Dummy. So I like to use the tools I have as effectively as I can, because I want to make it harder for myself. If anyone has any questions or has an emoji request, go ahead and pipe up in chat, you know. I won't bite. This is for you guys tonight anyways, getting free emojis. Otherwise it's just gonna be me drawing stuff for everything else. Which, I mean, if you're having fun with that, that's cool. I got a couple of D&D ones that I'm working on. I play D&Ds on Tuesdays with the family. Little homebrew campaign that my dad's been working on. And then, it was my brother DMing it, but we finished his campaign, so he needs a brain break. If anyone who does campaigning knows how much it takes out of you. Ooh. A little too wide. There we go. Typically, I put a little more detail in this, depending on what kind of line work. But because this picture is going to be so small, this is going to be a Discord emoji, actually. So I'm not entirely, like, has to be perfect looking. It just needs to look good. So the smaller the lines, the better. Otherwise it just turns into a big blotchy mess. So the easier to see it while it's smaller, the better it's gonna be. Oh, the dog's shaking around. If you were wondering what that noise was. I'm looking at different Discord bots and stuff, as well as channel bots. So if you guys have any recommendations, feel free to let me know. I know some Twitch channels, they're very interactive in terms of like access to different commands and stuff like that. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, go ahead and let me know. I can get that implemented pretty easily. I don't want too much fussiness though, you know? I'm all about keeping it simple. I debated about giving her freckles at one point, and I'm just like, no. Everybody else does that with their characters. I mean, she probably should have them, being the super Irish ginger she is, but I don't make them that much of an emphasis, like maybe like a couple. I'll probably do this again, depending on what the schedule looks like and how I feel. Just to give people more opportunity. They want to get emojis made for free. Because I kind of didn't really announce it ahead enough time, I suppose. That's okay. It's our first time. There we go. It's looking good. Oh, it's way too dark. Perfect. Still getting used to the size of this tablet because I keep curling up in the corner with it when I'm like, oh wait, I have all this space, I can do nice big strokes. I can loosen my hand. I have to hold my pen so tight. All these things I got in bad habits with that I need to undo, basically. Also forgot to put on my tablet glove so I don't get my body oil all over the surface. It's an interesting glove. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it. It's just 2 fingers that goes down so you can keep your surface clear and stuff like that. There we go. Right now I'm just putting base colors down. Nothing too fancy. Anybody had anything crazy happen this Sunday? Big plans for Monday, maybe? Did you end your week on a good note? It's always good to do that. Well, regardless of your week, I hope your next week is even better. It's the summer. Whether you're going to school, you work full time, good things happen this summer. Just relax. Enjoy the different seasons changing. And unless you're on the other side of the world, where it's a different season. What season is it where you're at then? Let me know in the chat. Always curious. One of the things I'd like to see more of is Australian Christmas stuff. It always amuses me how it has like that cross, like snowmen and stuff like that. So it's like, what's going on here with this advertisement? Reminds me of Florida holiday stuff, to be honest. It's covered in starfish and seashells and snowman on the beach. One of the things that I miss about my Wacom tablet is it had a feature where if you turned the pencil upside down, you could actually use the eraser nib without having to switch. That's a feature this Huon is missing that I would very much like. But that's one of the few cons it has right now. Outweighs the pros by a lot. Get it? It's a Huon Pro. Yuck, yuck, yuck. This is probably the boring part for most people, watching the coloring process, making sure the little tedious little bits are all filled out correctly. At least it is for me. Still accepting requests though, so if you have an emoji in mind you want dolled up, done up real fast, I can get that out for you by tonight. That's what this stream is here for tonight. Emojis for you guys, not just for me. Don't be shy to ask. I know some people are always afraid to ask artists because they're like, I don't want to make it feel like I'm using them. I'm like, for me, it would be the best compliment ever if someone said, yeah, I want your art. That's just me personally. I mean, I have my limits, of course. I'm not going to do like 4-panel comics for free, but I'll do quick little emojis and sketches like this every now and then. Something like this, with how much attention I'm doing to it right now, would be about like $10 or so. Depends if I can finish it in under an hour. That's my rule of thumb. If I'm doing the art and it's gonna take me more than an hour, then I'm gonna charge more than $10. But I usually try to keep it a $10 an hour rule of thumb, just to keep it fair for myself. I mean, why would I pay myself minimum wage for something that I'm been trained in and stuff like that? So that's unfair for me and for other artists that charge more, way more, you know? Gives the consumer the wrong impression of how much art should cost. It devalues the skill set. But yeah, I mean, I'm also running a special right now. If you do want to commission me, you can go to my Tumblr, go to my commission tab on Sound and Illustrations, and there it'll have all the information, how much I charge, my contact information. If you want me to link that, I can. I'm doing a buy one, get one half off. So that means if you order something, you can automatically get a second order within that same order half off. So you could do like a him, his and her, or a his and his, or a her and her. It is Pride Month after all. Get some artwork done for your OCs. Making dinner in the back, doing simmered chicken. It's starting to smell real good. Hopefully my girlfriend goes check on it to see if it's not burning or not. Or I may have to take a break here real quick. I think she's currently playing Fallout right now, so she might not be paying attention. If she's there at all. Hey, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Means a lot. Welcome to the stream. I'm right now doing free emojis, so if you have anything in mind that you'd like to see, go ahead and pipe up in chat. I'm just doing one for my Decker right now. She's my character from Shadowrun. It's going to be a Discord emoji, so I can get away with it being a little bit bigger. Debating if I want anything in the background or not. So, probably not. Just keep it simple. Right now, just doing the coloring process. So it's taken me a little less than 30 minutes to do this, because the first piece I was working on got eaten by the void, but that's okay. But yeah, welcome to the channel. I'm going to start doing these a little regularly. I have a couple of scheduled dates down there. Since I only just advertised the free emojis today, I'll probably do another one where I'm offering emojis for people. They take about 30 minutes, so they're about like $5 in value. I'm right now using Painter Sai, and I use a Huon tablet. It's the Huon 960 Pro. It's pretty nice. It does have a little bit of issues with other programs, but it works very nicely in Photoshop, which I use Photoshop Elements, and then it works very okay here in Sai. But that's just because the softwares just don't talk to each other as well as they should. But I've worked around it a little bit. Oh yeah? How do you like the artist tool so far? I think the next time I get one, I'm going to upgrade from doing it, like, this one's just like a board. I want to do like an on-screen one soon. I think that's my next upgrade. Oh yeah, Cintigs are monsters though. They're like industry standard, so. Oh, that's good to know that it's not that much. 'Cause, better or worse. I mean, at the end of the day, brand is very powerful at persuading people to buy something. That's why people buy a Nike or Adidas. I will say though, Wacom was definitely worth the price point. How long I had my first tablet. The thing lasts. It's still usable actually. I gave it to my girlfriend. She uses it. She does graphic work for her tabletops. She does like custom pogs and stuff like that. And it's still pretty responsive, so. Oop. So now that it's picking up in price too, I bet. So the Wacom I had didn't even have a battery or anything. It was just, you plugged it in and it worked. That's how basic it was. So. Oh, that's good. I could see myself probably blowing like 600 on a screen in. But I got this hue on because it was under 100, let's just say. I was like, I need a new tablet, I need it at the level that I am investing in the hobby. But if things start picking up and get a little serious with my art, then, you know, I'll pay 600. It's no different than like investing in a cell phone or a computer at that point for something that I'm going to use every day. I'm very stingy. Plus it will be so weird to look at what I'm drawing down. I've been doing digital art by staring at my screen for so long now. I find myself like, I'll sketch like at work or something like that, or doodle on something, and I'm like, this is alien to me at this point. Where's the undo button? I don't want to do too much details, but I'm finding myself doing it anyways. Because I know a lot of this is going to be lost when I shrink it down. Oop. This sounds familiar. Oh, it's Scandroid. I love them. I listen to them a lot when I'm playing Shadowrun. Shadowrun Anarchy tabletop is super fun. It's definitely a lot more. Oh, dog. Someone spooked her. There she go. She calmed down now. But yeah, Shadowrun Anarchy will set definitely a lot more roleplay friendly compared to most like traditional tabletops, because you're rewarded for role playing. Essentially, explaining your character's actions, getting creative with how your character's actions are handled, all gives you a more rewarding experience with the system. It's how simplified it is. I kind of wish D&D would do something like that, to be honest, because of how bloated like Magic gets late game, especially in 5e and 4e. Super bloated. You have a wizard in the background with like 30 million spells and like triple actions. So right now I'm trying out the, as far as like the music that's playing right now, it's not anything I custom. VTM is probably, I would say, my second favorite style tabletop to play. I actually LARPed VTM back in the day. I mostly do Roll20s now. I have a group that's been going on for 6 months now, maybe a little longer than that. But we all play other video games together. We do the session once a week. Some people pace themselves out better. I feel like an every other week session would be a better pacing, but it just depends on the DM driving behind it, in my opinion, at the end of the day. I like VTM's lore a lot, though. The rules for vampires and the different type of vampire clans they have. I played a Ventrue and a Malkavian. It depends on who was there with the LARP, or if we were doing it tabletop. I tabletopped the Malkavian. I would not LARP a Malkavian. I kind of miss the LARP group, though. They were in Georgia. Bunch of good people. A little bit older crowd though. Late 30s and stuff. A couple of younger kids too. 20s and 18-year-olds. It was a mix, but I mean, I guess what I liked about it was no one was afraid to be their characters and be themselves, because we were all there to do the same thing. Run around and pretend to be a vampire. I know a lot of people give LARPing a bad rap, but when you find the right community, it works. Much like any kind of role-playing community or style of roleplay. Some people are more comfortable with text. Some people want absolute separation. You know, people have different needs to be addressed. Oh, Sabat Sombra. That's a super bad guy. From someone who plays the Camarilla, of course. I always encourage people who, if they do tabletop, give LARP a go, or at least observe a campaign, because you'd be surprised. It's like improv acting. Debating about these here. We'll see what it looks like without it. Yeah, it looks a little better. I think I'll do it like that. Oh, clipping layer never change. Make my life easy. Okay, this looks good enough for emoji for now. Go ahead and shrink it down. I get to play the where did I save it game. There we go. There we go. There we go. Looks pretty cool. Put some graphics with it maybe. Oh, Photoshop, behave. Go. what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge all this. So I just work with one layer. Go. Get easier to work with. I think I'll keep it like that instead of the green background. Otherwise the green background gives it kind of like an icon look, which wouldn't be bad. I could use it for my Roll20. Let's see what to do now. One down. And under an hour that I did it for. Not bad. So a little bit more than what I wanted to pace myself for with these. See if the one that I was working on will open now. Yep, there it goes. Sometimes when I save a picture, it uploads it because I have my Google Cloud Sync, so I can access my art on whatever device I'm on. And it syncs it immediately, even though I tell it not to. And the setting resets for some damn reason. So this one will be for the channel eventually, however that works.
You're now listening to E-Rob music.
Let's not do it like that. Stabilizer needs to be turned on. Oop, too much stabilizer. this on a separate layer so I can be confident with my line. I'm just now getting used to working it in my head. Hey, you can have more than one layer to work stuff on. You don't have to do it all in the same layer with your line work. So you can do more broader strokes, which is something new for me because of how small my last tablet was. Very tiny. There we go. That looks like a nice pink to work with. If anybody has any questions or anything, go ahead and feel free to ask, like what I'm using in chat, or if you guys have emoji requests, feel free to pop those in, even if it's you want me to do a particular emoji with the demonette, or if you have a character or something you'd like emojified, go ahead, feel free. It's for you guys tonight. I'm just working on various ones with the demonette until I get requests. So I'm liking this color contrast right now with like the gray colds with the hot pink heart thing. It's doing some groovy stuff. want these to be kind of fast and simple but clean looking. So just due to the nature of how shrunk they'll be and everything. So also sorry for the squeaky chair if it's coming over the mic. My ancient squeaky chair I've had since Wrath of the Lich King, which was a hand-me-down from my friend even then, and he had it since, gosh, forever before that. So it's a pretty old chair, but it's nice and still keeping it together. Had to get a cushion for the back and the butt, but you know. Other than that, I don't even know what brand it is. It's so worn. It's gone through 4 moves now. So anything that you can move and it stays with its integrity, you know it's a good piece. I grew up military, so moving around was... You learned what furniture was going to be good and what were you going to replace when you got on the other side. So we learned how to move furniture, make sure it'd come in one piece on the other side and everything, so... That's not the color I want. There we go. There must be a line somewhere that I missed. Curse you, fill bucket. Not letting me be lazy. The fill bucket giveth and taketh away. There we go. So we're coming up to about an hour and a half. We've done about 2 emojis now. So if you guys want any, feel before the night's out. Figured we'll slow it down here. Depends how I'm feeling. Might give myself a little handbrake here soon and then hit it back up. Depends on what it's looking like. Plus the dinner smells really good behind me, so I do want to at least do the 2 hours. Might do like a little BRB, then come back and do some more. How's your guys' Sunday going so far, though? Anything good happened this week? Is it the start of your week? The end of the week? Anything you're excited about? Any good movies that you want to see? Maybe TV shows? I know I'm watching Killing Eve. I'm really bad at watching TV shows, though, because I'm like, I'll watch one episode once a week. And it's driving my girlfriend crazy because she wants to consume it all in one go. And I'm just like, yeah, next week. So, might catch an episode tonight with her just to stave it off. I'm not liking that. There we go. Textures, man. Shades and tones. Still gotta stay simple, though. Oh, good dude. Cute little bubble dots. There we go. Looking pretty solid. Just go back over and clean some of the messy that I made. Which I'm very, very bad at, mind you. Because I'm just like, oh, it's done. Boom. Next project. I'm not a perfectionist in the least bit. I'm just like, good enough for government work. I'm liking that. There we go. Looks pretty solid. So the Demonette ones will be featured on my Discord here soon, probably later after the stream. I'll get them all up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little BRB, but I'll be right back.